Okay, y'all, so Mama Tina is trending after reports claim her gumbo stand at the Houston Rodeo was suddenly shut down, and now people are saying it may be linked to food poisoning. So ever since Mama Tina's gumbo stand popped up at the Houston Rodeo, a lot of people have been trying her gumbo, leaving good and bad reviews, but I've mainly seen bad reviews. So anyways, this news reporter posted and said at Houston Health Department confirms Mama Tina's gumbo at Rodeo Houston was temporarily shut down. The department says the shutdown happened on Monday, and the gumbo stand serving up Beyonce's mother Tina Knowles recipe was able to reopen today. Now I did look on TikTok and Twitter, and I seen that it's allegedly still closed. Now, some people said that after they ate Mama Tina's gumbo, they got sick and started throwing up, and one lady even received a text message, I guess from the Houston Health Department, about her potentially having food poisoning from Mama Tina's gumbo.
So, you guys, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that gumbo is what made me sick. I told you all I called the health department. It says, "Good morning, Erica. This is Justin with the Houston Health Department. I was calling to give you an update on the complaint filed against Mama Tina's gumbo at the rodeo. In short, the temporary establishment was closed due to inaccuracy between their permit application and the actual food preparation they were conducting. We also discarded all gumbo on site due for the same reason, as well as the food being stored inside unapproved containers. And we could not verify proper cooling methods for pre-cooked batches of gumbo. At this time, they are not allowed to operate until a new application is submitted. A health officer can verify proper food preparation on site, and the permit is approved and fees paid." So I'm about to call their office, and this is the complaint item.
So the text message says, Mama Tina's gumbo at the rodeo, in short, the temporary establishment was closed due by inaccuracy between their permit application and the actual food preparation they were conducting. We also discarded all gumbo on site due to the same reason, as well as food being stored inside unapproved containers, and we could not verify proper cooling methods for pre-cooked batches of gumbo. So let's go ahead and break this text message down. So when it says inaccuracy between permit application and actual food prep, they said they were going to prepare/store the food one way, but they were doing it differently. When the text message says food stored in unapproved containers, they weren't using the correct/approved storage, and the text message also stated that they could not verify proper cooling methods, so they couldn't confirm the food was being cooled safely, and this matters a lot because it's gumbo. And they discarded all the gumbo on site, so inspectors threw away all the food as a precaution so that no one else would get sick. Now, after looking into this a little deeper, it doesn't actually say people got food poisoning. What it does say is that the stand was shut down due to health code issues. Said that the food stand would be able to open back up, but like I said, allegedly, according to people on TikTok and Twitter, the food stand is still closed. But I would like to know you guys' thoughts and opinions on this down in the comment section below.
Tina is pissed. Word on the street is that they done shut down her gumbo booth at the 2026 Houston Rodeo.
The gumbo is what made me sick. Told you all I called the health department filed against Mama Tina's gumbo at the was closed due to inaccuracy between their permit application and the actual food preparation.
I don't know if this is true or just internet scuttlebutt, because the rodeo ends on the 22nd, so that's like 4 days from now. But according to social media, there has been a text from the Houston Health Department about her booth being shut down. Multiple users allegedly getting food poisoning from her recipe. I don't know if that's true. That's just the word on the street. I don't really feel like my opinion on the gumbo matters, especially due to the fact that I haven't tasted it. But I can say that y'all will stop at nothing to tear somebody down. Trust me, if this entire situation is true, and if her recipe and her food was really giving people food poisoning, then it definitely deserves to be shut down. But if this is a hoax, or if this is something that somebody started up on social media because they're a troll, a stand, or they wanted to poke fun at Mama Tina, this is just plain and outright cruel. If it's not true, this is exactly the reason why Beyonce does not mess with us, because y'all will stop at no end to ruin something good that people got going on. But Tina nor her business has not spoken out regarding this, and it's been floating around for a couple of hours, so I'm not sure if that means this is true, or they haven't seen the headline on their timeline yet. But I'm curious to know y'all thoughts. Let me know down in the comments, you guys.
It's quite literally gotten out of hand, because apparently the Houston Department of Health has now shut down Mama Tina's gumbo. And honestly, this is what some of y'all get, because y'all wanted a Flying Dutchman dinner so bad. Apparently it was shut down after multiple customers suffered food poisoning from ingesting the gumbo, and there was one woman in particular yesterday who had told their story, showed their medical records, and they said that it was in fact the gumbo that got her sick. Upon looking at the gumbo, it looks like a health violation, but I mean, hey, y'all wanted some witches brew, right? In the message from the Houston Health Department, they ended up basically saying that the establishment was closed due to inaccuracy between their permit application and the actual food preparation they were conducting. Also discarded all gumbo on site for the same reason, as well as the food being stored inside unapproved containers, and we could not verify proper cooling methods for pre-cooled batches of gumbo. I was getting on social media, oh my god, I love Mama Tina gumbo, stop lying on that woman. Now the health department involved. I knew something was up when they said 18 hours was needed to make the gumbo. What kind of gumbo take 18 hours to make? I don't know what kind of Wizards of Waverly Place spell she got y'all under, but it needs to wrap up entirely. This is not it. You can go and look this up on this woman's TikTok and everything, but you know, from safety, I'm gonna just say this is all.
You really should have just left Drake and Nicki alone, because you got these people so mad at you that they are traveling all the way to Houston, Texas, just to go buy a $27 gumbo from Mama Tina, all to make a video and say that gumbo ain't shit. Just leave them people alone, Jay-Z, okay? Because that takes dedication. I watched this man get on an airplane, take off on the airplane, arrive in Houston, Texas, buy the gumbo, take the gumbo back to his Airbnb, taste the gumbo, and then say, after pausing for like 20 to 30 seconds, say, it's okay. It's not bad. I watched a woman that looks just like Rasputia from Norbit. I'm sorry, but she does. And she acts like that too, okay? She has the same energy as Rasputia as well. But I watched her pretend that she was excited to meet Mama Tina and then get the gumbo. She had that gumbo. She was like, she didn't even eat it. She's with her tongue. They was like, there's no meat in this. There's nothing. Look at it. It's watery. Oh, that one girl, she poured the gumbo out. It was watery. It was dripping. She's like, look, it's watery. This isn't a roux. How is Mama Tina and her gumbo catching strays? And they calling her a witch, y'all. They calling her a witch. Then they up here saying that Mama Tina done put some type of spell, kombucha, kaboo, I don't know, some kind of kaboo, something with a K. That she put something like that in the gumbo and got these people acting crazy, and that's why their stomachs is messed up. You're saying their stomachs is messed up, y'all. They claiming to be sick after eating her